the year of the pig, and this could be the beginning of at least America's like recognition on this date, like starting with this date this year. Let's continue. So I'm gonna really start with a summary. Last year, government Governor Jerry Brown, signed a bill that will require a state to proclaim a date to observe Lunar New Year. And in case you didn't know, and I will say something about that, the Senate bill. And Senate Bill 892 is basically saying that it'll set this date, it designate and set this date apart each year as a day having special significance, and it will encourage all public schools and educational institutions to, on Lunar New Year, conduct exercises recognizing the traditions and cultural significance of the Lunar New Year, amongst other things. So basically, that's all it is. They're finally after like a couple of decades. Like they should have started enacting a Senate bill a decade or over a decade ago. They should have done it, and that's a long time. And this is a beginning, and it was a colorful history for California, to be honest with you. California basically had like a whole bevy of immigrants. Like you got the Indonesian Americans, and you got the Europeans, immigrants from all over Europe, and then you had Asian immigrants, starting with the Chinese immigrants. And oh god, long story short, San Francisco and California start having anti-Chinese and Asian laws enacted, and all hell breaks loose, and things gets really, really, really colorful, and not in a good way until during the World War II. And long story short, and you got the Senate Bill 892 basically recognizing the Lunar New Year as a celebrated holiday. Yeah. So that was the beginning. For virtually all the Asia's, like all the Chinese-based holidays, Lunar New Year. I wrote that last year. I wasn't even expecting anything. I was expecting, it's going to be taking a few years. I wasn't even expecting like Jerry Brown to sign the law last year. That was wow. It was so much LOLs and mind explosion, and yes, you can expose me all you want. So what's gonna happen? I mean, are we gonna have Oregon and Washington start doing their own version of what they're going to say about Lunar New Year? It's New York. It's most of America's states. I know that the entire state isn't going to. I think even Hawaii should have had more, but should have the Lunar New Year. But I guess California is the first state to officially recognize Lunar New Year as an official holiday. So there's that, and they're probably going to pay respects to all the exercises and of the traditions and cultural significance of Lunar New Year, amongst other things. So there's that. So what's I know it's gonna happen slowly, but I'm pretty damn sure that eventually most of the western coast and the east coast and some of the mid America upper area, like the lake, like all the 5 Great Lakes area, they're going to eventually have to adjust to Lunar New Year's holidays and for the Chinese population. There's no way the Chinese population will spread that quick. Most of them on West Coast and on the East Coast and in Hawaii. Some of them even in Texas or in Chicago, the Great Lake areas. There's no way. There's no way they're going to start now. We'll have to see how this Lunar New Year is going to be like. If people start liking it, then maybe they'll change their minds. Like, okay, we're going to have to put Washington, Oregon, and Hawaii had their Lunar New Years, and probably going to add. I think Canada and Mexico, all the Latin Americas are going to eventually do it, because why not? Why not? It's probably interesting, but Canada is probably more likely because you gotta have to. Canada is a big country, and you're gonna have to celebrate Lunar New Year. It's so that's the beginning. This is the beginning. So yeah, and I know this year it's the 12th Lunar New Year, and it's going to reset again. So this is going to be interesting. I wish they should have started a law 12 years ago, but it took them a long time for that. It's been a long road, but we finally got it. It just wish we could have done it earlier, much sooner. This is Sanosuke 2007 signing out. Have a good one, and celebrate the pigs.